So the Russian Revolution, it is important to talk about the causes first. There were many different causes that led to the Russian Revolution, but many of them were related. They were directly related to the Tsar, because he was unfavored by many Russian people. His name was Nicholas II. He was responsible for many events in Russia. One of the first causes was industrialization, because as industry began to grow and prosper very rapidly, um, there were many problems such as low wages, forced labor, especially forced child labor, and also poor working conditions. And so another one that Nicholas II was responsible for was the Russo-Japanese War. So Russia suffered from a defeat from Japan, and also in the World War One, Russia had to give up a huge chunk of its land to Germany, and it also lost a lot of Russian soldiers, millions of soldiers. So this was kind of like the beginning point of revolutionary groups forming. And there were two different groups at this point. One is called the Mensheviks, or the moderates, and another is called the Bolsheviks, or the radicals. So the difference between the two is that the Mensheviks wanted a slow and gradual change, while the Bolsheviks wanted an immediate and rapid change. So in the year of 1917, there were two different revolutions, one in March and one in either October or November, depending on which place he came from. And in March, the Mensheviks took action, and in October, the Bolsheviks took action. So the Bolsheviks was led by Lenin, and Lenin was known to be a very organized and he was followed by the majority of Russian people, because he knew that the minority was peasants, and he knew that these peasants needed land, food, and peace. He knew that people wanted an immediate stop to the war, and that's what he did. And he used the slogan "Bread, Peace, and Labor." So he was a very smart guy, but then at the same time, he wasn't followed by everyone, because the minority includes aristocrats who did not want land and money and power taken away from them. So this was one minor problem, but since they were the minority, it doesn't really matter in terms of revolution.